Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Appelboom Bites podcast. Today's episode number 34 already, and we have two amazing new guests for the show. But first, if you're watching this podcast on YouTube and you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to do that right now because I know a lot of you guys are just watching our videos and don't subscribe, and that's not good. That's not good. So please subscribe, give some love, give some support to our YouTube channel. That would be really appreciated. Let me now introduce our two guests for the show. First, our co-host, who is here for us for a few weeks now. Last week, he was here already with Dante Del Vecchio, and now he's here with another guest. It is the one and only Douglas Redburn. Douglas, welcome on the show. How are you doing?
Thank you very much. I'm doing very well. Good morning. Good Abend.
Thank you.
Hoedavant. Is
Yes,
that right?
More or less. More or less.
I practiced all week.
I love it. I love it. And Douglas, we have an amazing guest. We have a guest from Germany. She is the global product and marketing manager of Pelikan. It is the one and only Jana. Welcome on the show, Jana. How are you doing?
Thank you very much. I'm doing very well. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for the warm words and the warm welcome.
Of course. Are you still the global product and marketing manager, or are you already the CEO of the company in the meantime?
No. I'm the global product manager. That's what I am. So that's it. Yeah.
Amazing. It's amazing to have you here, Jana. But before we start this whole podcasting, we always do the pen check. Doug, can you start with your pen check, please?
The pen check.
Of course. Actually, Jana, Joost told me that I didn't need to match my pen check with the guest that's coming. But I really had to match with my Pelikan M200.
Oh, wow.
Because this is my only Pelikan.
Okay.
And I've been collecting pens and doing pen reviews and videos for about 2.5, 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
And this pen, I've had it for 2 years. I got it on my birthday a couple of years ago. Grail pen is the best pen in my entire collection. I have 150 pens right now, something like that. And I write with it every day. The reason that this is my best pen
That's what you also said to Dante last week, right?
No, I didn't say that to Dante. I only have one Penider as well, but I just got it. No, the Pelikan is the top perch. And it's not because it's the flashiest pen I own. It is beautiful, but it's perfect. It's perfect in every way. I think the reason I love it so much is because of what it does to my handwriting. I have for years hated my handwriting and tried to improve. Of course, the fountain pen makes it better, but I use a lot of pens every week because I'm doing reviews all the time. And sometimes I just go, oh, that's awful. And so I reach for this when I'm doing my journaling at night, and it makes my handwriting look nice. And I'm thinking, that's marvelous because this really, that's the point, isn't it? About a fountain pen. I'm going to put this little magnifier up here so you can see a little bit closely. This beautiful nib.
Wow. Yeah.
You cannot beat this. Look at that. And they have been like this for years and years. Pelikan just knows how to make a piston filler. It's the standard, the world standard for what a piston filler should be. Everybody copies Pelikan on it. But the balance of this pen in your hand, the way it posts, boy, the engineers at Pelikan really got this right. And it has not been knocked off the top of my perch of my fountain pen. So that's my pen check today.
Wow.
So
it's an amazing pen check, Doug. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That's an amazing pen check. Jana, what pen do you carry with you today?
A Pelikan. What a surprise. What a surprise.
Is it the one behind you?
No, I wanted to bring this one really because I'm really going for the light ones. because I love that it's so lightful. So yeah, that's the white ones, not only the black ones, but the light ones are a little bit newer, so to say. And today I have the 405 with me because it has a nice
Nice.
size. And I think it fits perfectly to my outfit today. So that's sometimes I chose my pen regarding the outfit. But I really like that it is so soft in color, and I like the nib as well. As you said, Doug, it's really a soft writing. It's in gold nib, and I really love the design. And I'm so happy that we have so light products, so white and soft products in the assortment as well, because we have a lot of products that are black and combined with the color, but we try to be a little bit more, yeah, white and light. So I think this is a really nice product, and
I
I
love
really
it.
like the size. And sometimes it depends, to be honest, to tell a secret. Sometimes it depends to use an 800 or a 400 on the daily mood. So sometimes I really love to write with a fountain pen in a smaller size, sometimes in a larger size. So today it is this one. And sometimes, in my impression, it's not so in the focus because it looks different than the other pens in the assortment. But I think that's really the USP of the pen, so that's why I really love it. Yeah, that's my
This
pen
is
check.
this is standard collection, right? The
It
405
is a standard
silver white.
collection,
Yes,
yeah. Yeah.
because the silver white was launched in the 605 series first, and that was a special edition, right?
I think it was white transparent.
Ah, okay.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah, yeah,
yes,
yeah.
yes, yes, yes.
Exactly. And then we
Yeah,
decided to have really a similar like a pen in the standard assortment. That's why we have this
yeah,
one.
A lot of us M800, M805 fans
Yeah, so classic.
really like white too. It's not just a color for girls.
Yeah,
I'll
no,
have you
no, it's
know
not.
that I've really liked pink and magenta all my life, and I've
Yeah,
had to keep
great.
that quiet because you're not allowed as a guy to like those colors. But now it's okay.
you can
Yeah,
just
now
say
it's
that, Doug.
okay.
That's okay.
So
Yeah.
yeah, so we would like to see something in the M800 line that is
Ah,
in the white,
okay.
just to put my ore in there.
Yeah, just loud thinking.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
just thinking out loud.
Okay. Yeah, great. I will have that in mind. Definitely. Yeah.
That's an amazing pen check, Jana. Thank you so much. I, of course, have also a Pelican for my pen check, but it's something
What's
completely
different?
different because you guys had something striped,
Okay.
with the stripe materials, and I don't have that. I have something. I don't know actually if this is. Yes, it is made in Germany, but I'm not sure if everything is made in Germany. But I'm going to ask you that, Jana, to double check that because I have here the M700
Oh, wow.
Toledo.
Wow. Now I'm just,
So
yeah,
yeah, that's
pretty
actually
cool.
it's one of my favorites. Pelicans. It has this matte finished
Yes.
gold details, which are
Yeah.
pretty nice. What I really like about it, but of course, the design of the barrel, with the pelicans on it, and this whole sleeve, that's something that really intrigues me. I'm not going to talk about the nib and the piston, etc., because, well, guys, you already told that. But especially that sleeve, that's something amazing. And Jana, can you tell me, is that sleeve also made in Germany?
Oh,
Be-
yes, it is. And
okay.
I've already visited the one who is doing the sleeve. So
Mm-hmm.
there's a goldsmith doing the final artwork, the final details on the
Wow.
sleeve, and
Mm-hmm.
it's really individual because every goldsmith is doing it differently. So
Mm-hmm.
there's a certain type of style and handwriting even in this kind of artwork.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's really amazing. And when we said, okay, maybe you can do a little bit more curvy or more edges, they were, I'm a kind of artist. You cannot tell me how to do this. So you like what I'm doing, or do it, or you like it not.
Mm-hmm.
But they really know what they are doing, and it's really amazing. And so it's very filigrane to do this. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's really
it's
a work of
I
art.
really like this, and yes, just a piece of art, what you already told.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Yes,
Yeah.
it
So,
is.
and even if you say every pen should look the same, yes, it should because there's a certain motive, but it doesn't because there's always a certain style of realizing that, and yeah,
Well,
it's
that's a
really
little bit the risk of handmade products, right?
yeah,
You
exactly.
cannot make
It's
everything a
close to
copy.
jewelry,
Yeah,
personally made jewelry. So yeah,
yeah.
very
All
interesting.
right. Thank you for that explanation, Jana. Last week we had the honor to have Dante Del Vecchio as a guest on our show, and he had a question for you, for our next guest. And the question was, Jana, what do you think of the pen future? Can you still run a pen company or a family business in the future? What do you think of the pen future, Jana? It's
Honestly, the
it's
most
already it's for the first question. It's quite an intense question. I know that. I'm sorry for that, but that was the
yeah,
question that Dante
yeah,
had
yeah.
for you. So
Totally fine. So I think in general, it's like the most asked questions when I say I work for Pelikan and what are you doing for Pelikan? Because everybody was saying, ah, yeah, I know Pelikan from school. And then I explain in what kind of segment I'm working. And then the most asked question is, really, are so many people writing by hand still, even in the digital world? And I say, yes. And that's really my experience I have for years and years. That there are a lot of people writing by hand and that they are really into this topic. They are so passionate about handwriting, so passionate about creating something on their own individual handwriting. As you said, Doug, you wanted to improve your handwriting. My handwriting should be improved as well, to be honest. I try every day. And I think that that is really a kind of wellness, a kind of being, and not only writing. It's far more than that. So yes, definitely there's a future for pens and the passion for collecting that, and the passion for the material and the kind of artwork it is. So it's really manufactured, and that's still fascinating, and it will be in the future. I'm so sure. Yeah, definitely.
luckily for us,
Yeah, yeah, definitely. And there are a lot
luckily
of
for us.
young people that are growing into this passion as well. So that's what we see, for example, in the hubs.
Was also one of the latest launches that you dropped, also inspired on that future, meaning to talk about this
Yeah.
new M200 in pastel blue, which just arrived in our store actually.
Oh, great. Yeah, it's pretty new, out now.
No, it's
Yeah.
pretty new. But was that also in mind when creating this pen? Like, okay, this is something that is more for our younger audience, for our new audience.
Yes, yes. Because we think we should. The classic assortment sometimes is so in the shadow of the premium assortment. So we would like to put some lights and to put some highlights in this assortment. It's for us a kind of entry line. So if you're passionate about fine writing, but maybe you don't want to spend a higher amount of money for the first pen, you can perfectly start with the classic assortment. And we wanted to put some really modern colors. It's still classy, I know, but to make it a great mixture between classy and modern impression. So, yeah, that's what we did for the classic assortment and for the pastel blue. And I was a little bit excited when we talked about light blue. I was, oh, maybe, hopefully, we will catch the right color. But from my point of view, I really like it. Together with the gold, it's for me, it's a perfect match. I was
What do
excited
you
about
think,
that.
Doug?
I really like that. It's especially the way these pens post. I mean, they're small for my hand. That's a little bit small, but when you post it, it actually fills out your hand very nicely. And to have some variety from the darker colors, I
Yeah.
like the blue swirl that you sometimes put on the barrels of some of these pelicans. They're just to die for. So um, it's going to be difficult for me to part with some of my money because I, I need another Pelican, and you're tempting me with all these new models. So I think I see one in my future.
And today
I'm
it
so
fits
sorry.
perfectly
I'm
to
so
your
sorry, Doug.
Yeah. It matches my shirt. You got to have a
Exactly.
pelican for every outfit, right?
In your heart. Yeah. Honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
It, it's quite funny because we already sold a lot of these already, but we saw an increase of people that are buying M400 14 karat gold nib together with this fountain pen. So apparently people love this so much,
Mm.
but even want to upgrade it with a gold nib on it to have an even more pleasant writing experience with it. So it's quite funny that you so that the target audience was kind of like the entry level group of people, but also the people that can enjoy like a gold nib on it also love this color combination.
Yeah, and that's the nice thing about this is you can buy the entry level and then upgrade your pen by putting a gold nib on it, which is a great
Hmm.
upgrade for someone. Yeah, because the gold Pelican nibs are to die for. They're just really the most wonderful on the planet, I think.
All right, let's move forward to my next topic because I also want to discuss the Pelican hubs. I think it started a few years
Oh, yeah.
back, Jana, and it was kind of a baby for you because you were really, really involved in this project. Um,
Yes.
but now it's like exploded, and it has I don't know how many cities are participating. Maybe you can tell a little bit more about that. But 2023 will be like, I think, the biggest year of the Pelican Hub so far.
Yes, we will see if it's the biggest year, but we were really excited about this increasing numbers of participants. Really, I always love to tell the story that when the first idea came up in 2014, we just showed it presented that internally, and everybody was saying, "Oh, I'm not sure. Do you think that there are really people coming to this kind of event? Okay, we can do it once and let's see what happens." So that was the start of this
Hmm.
story, and yeah, it's growing and growing. What's really amazing. On the other hand, it's really tough to handle, to be honest, because we are a real small team, and the number of participants is growing, but not our team. So that's really challenging. But we are really happy that there are so many fans out there who are willing to support us. That's really great, really great. And this year last year we had 220 hubs, and this year we have 226
Wow, wow,
Wow.
different cities
that's
all over
awesome.
the world. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
really amazing. And
yeah.
sometimes people are asking, "Hey, I missed the registration time, so bad. Can I still register?" Yeah, what a pity. So there's a point where we have to stop because we have so many things to organize to supply all those things into the whole world. But most of the times we find a way to connect with a hub master, and so then somebody can still join. Yeah, but the hubs, it's really amazing, really amazing. And people are asking right after the hub, when is the next hub coming up? So yeah, who would have thought that it's develops like
No,
that?
but it's really it's a great way of connecting people with the same interest in their
Passion.
hobbies.
Yes,
So
yes.
it's I really like this project. Doug, have
Yeah.
you ever visited the Pelican Hub so far?
I was registered for one last year, and when it came up, I was sick that day, and I
Ah.
really was, and it was one of the first times after the pandemic that we were able to get our group
Yes.
together too. So,
Yeah.
so it was like a few years before we've seen people. So I was really disappointed, but my friends gathered me some stuff up and gave me some of the swag. So I'm really looking forward to it this year. We have one here in Calgary, and our Pen Club chairman, our Grand Imperial Kuba Murray, is our hubmeister, and so we're really looking forward to that. I am. Are we going to see some Edelstein ink today this year? Can you let the cat out of
You,
the bag?
yeah, so I'm pretty sure that you will see some
Pretty
Edelstein.
sure.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Do do we have a guess on what it might be? I have a guess.
You have a guess?
It
I'm not
might match your outfit.
Maybe.
Maybe.
It's
There's
a
a teaser
hidden
for you.
hint.
But I think it's terrific that back in 2014, when you had this idea, that you thought, well, maybe no one will come, and it's exploded worldwide. That must
Yeah.
really feel good.
Yeah, it's so great. Yeah, and I've seen that you already registered for this year, so it's perfect. Yeah.
Oh, you checked? Oh my gosh,
Yes.
she's checked
Yes.
on me.
Of
I
course,
better
of course.
attend then.
She did a full background check about you, Douglas, before she attended. Of course. What did you think?
Well, I'm going to be bringing my video camera with me, and I'm going to make a special video about
A special.
our Pelikan hub. I
Yeah,
can't wait
Oh,
great.
for it.
that's nice.
Yeah,
That's really
yeah,
nice. So, because
yeah,
that's the only pity thing about it, that the hubs are all in the big cities, right? But there are also some people that are living a little bit remotely and are not
yeah,
able to come to the hubs, which is really sad, of
yeah.
course. But you cannot give everyone what they want. But if you can make a video doc, I think that's already kind of a great,
Catchy. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it
And
is.
we'll blur people's faces out that don't want to be seen. I'm not supposed to be here. My husband said I couldn't buy any more pens. Blur my face.
I told my wife that I was just
Yeah,
going somewhere else, and I'm here. Shit.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we have to ask in advance if everybody is fine with doing pics and videos. So we have to ask that, and that's okay. And to do so, it's totally fine.
So
So
I suggest that if you go to the Pelican Hub, that you come home with some roses for your spouse, and then
Definitely.
she'll say, you bought another pen, didn't you?
yeah, you did. Then the
Yeah,
That's
secret
how it
is
moves. That's
but
how
I
it
got you
mostly works.
flowers.
that's too obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Um, Talking about the Edelstein ink already, Doug,
Yes.
which is the rose quartz ink of the year. I have this question for you, Jana, but maybe you cannot answer it yet. But if you just you know nod or something, that would be enough. Because every year there was also a matching pen. So in the spring of the year, there was this ink coming out. And then in autumn, most of the time around September, October, there was also a matching pen. So, Jana, can we also expect a matching fountain pen this year?
That sounds great. I will think about that.
Yeah,
Yeah?
she's gonna think about it.
Okay, Doug, I'm gonna ask you, okay? Because
Okay.
Jana
Yeah.
cannot tell anything about it yet. But I'm gonna
Okay.
ask you, Doug, what color of trim would you choose if the color of the pen is rose quartz?
Well, as a designer, I have to say I would go with the silver look,
Hmm.
the the '05 kind of look, because
Hmm.
that would match that color a little bit better. Uh, Personally, I like gold. I'm old fashioned. Gold is what was always like the top. You always wanted gold jewelry. Gold was the pinnacle.
Hmm.
But these days, that's an old-fashioned attitude. Everybody loves. It seems like the silver trims are
Well, this is
the
also a gold
more
trim, right?
interesting. Yeah, and it kind of works, but design-wise, that pale color sort of begs for the silver accent in
All right.
uh,
Well, Jana
my
cannot tell
design.
anything about it yet, so we will just have to wait a little for a little more weeks to find out. But I am sure that the people at the desks, at the bureaus in Pelican, they will do an amazing job on this pen for sure.
Thank you.
Yes. All right. Talking about new products coming up, I also have to tell a little bit more about some other new products that are recently launched on our website.
New products.
The first one that I want to mention is one from Scribo. The Scribo Few colors uh, are now available in two new more colors. Sorry for that. The Scribo Few has become quickly an icon in the fountain pen community because of the impressive body and amazing nips with a wide variety of nib assortments. The Feel is now for the first time also available in two semi-transparent colors, which allows us to see the mechanism at work. a little bit like the Pelikan demonstrators in the past. Scriba has created the new View Ombre Magenta and the Ombre Verdi. The Magenta is dark red colored semi-transparent resin, while the Verdi is green colored. And the Scriba View Ombre Magenta and Ombre Verdi are made in a limited quantity of only 219 pieces each color, and they are available with all the Scribo nibs. Douglas, have you ever tried the Scribo?
I have never had a Scribo in my hand,
Mm-hmm.
um, but I probably will be able to get my hands on one because our um, pen club chairman seems to have a little bit of everything. So whenever I want to see a pen that's maybe out of my reach, I'll say, "Hey Murray, do you have?" "Oh
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I have one of those." "Oh yeah, I have one of those." So I tend to try to borrow something from him, or he tries to give me a pen. So if he's watching this, Murray, a Scribo, please.
All right, all right. Another new
They
release that
look
I
great.
want to another new release that I want to mention. Literally just came in a few minutes ago. Is the Waterman Man 140 limited edition. It's here
Oh
in the
no.
box, and it is a really, really special launch. It's limited to an exclusive amount of 400 numbered pens,
Oh,
featuring the most iconic elements of the original Man 100, while incorporating an imposing yet elegant new design to the cap and barrel to celebrate the 140th anniversary of Waterman in 2023. The Man 140 limited edition's assertive tubular shape is all black, monochromatic cap and barrel styling create an imposing yet elegant pen. The matte black, intricately cut metal cage contrasts its glossy resin base layer, while the black PVD coated trims perfectly complement the delicate flowing wave pattern. Let's have a look at the nib. The Heritage 18 karat gold nib has an updated two-tone design in gold and ruthenium. Carefully hand-assembled in France, every Waterman Men 140 limited edition benefits from 140 years of craftsmanship and expertise in fine pen making. This special writing instrument is beautifully presented in a luxury gift box, completely black, complementing this assertive yet elegant pen. Douglas, what do you think of this edition?
well, I think I'm going to be a lot poorer because of it. Um, I love Waterman pens. I have
Mm-hmm.
two modern Watermans, both Waterman Carens,
Mm-hmm.
Amber and the Black Seas, and they're just, oh, they're on my desk all the time. Beautiful, beautiful pens. And I have several vintage Watermans as well,
Mm-hmm.
from the 40s and the 50s. And the vintage flex nibs are just to die for. So yeah, I'm a big Waterman fan, and
Mm-hmm.
so when I see this 2023 is their which anniversary is it? 100
140. 140.
140. So they started slightly before I was born, just slightly.
A little bit.
Um, yeah, but boy, a nice anniversary means that you got a beautiful pen, and the black
That's
mat
true.
looks really really nice.
That's true. Jana, Pelican isn't that old, right? Yeah, right?
No,
Pel-
no. Pelikan has this
It's a young
year the
company. Started.
185 years birthday. Yeah,
yeah,
Wow.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
They
it's
were
also
not in
quite
the same
impressive.
class, so we're a little older.
A little bit older, a little bit older.
Just a little bit.
Jana, I have another question for you
Yes.
before we go to Douglas, his last question. And that is a lot of people are asking me, are sending me emails like, hey, Joost, do you still have some of the translucent barrels for the Souverain pens? But since a few months, or I think now already since a few years, all the barrels are opaque. What was the reasoning about that to make that change?
So there's always several reasons when to look on their assortment and how it is produced, how it looks like, and does it fit together with the other pens. So since some years, I think even longer, we have the same optic for the ball pens.
Yeah.
And then we had another discussion about the design of the pens, trying to adapt something really small, but not to go too far. So that's when we said, okay, we should do it similar with the ball pens. And so we have the same impression with the ball pens. And we sometimes have that the same impression so that you can't see the ink inside for the special editions. So that's why we said, okay, we would like to have it in the same design impression. But to be honest, I've heard two different voices of feedback for this point from the market. So there are some people saying, yeah, I totally understand this point. And there are people saying, no, I really like the one how it was before. So I know why you're asking me that. And yeah, but the reason why was
No, but I
to
think
make
it's always the case when something discontinues or
yeah,
isn't in the market anymore. We get all the emails like, "Hey, do you still have some laying
yeah,
around? Can you still grab something?" So it's not really it's not a bad thing or a good thing, but it's just something. If there is a change, people are asking for it.
yes.
So
But we
that's
have to
always
take
the
a
case.
close look to take a close look on the feedback. So just to have the right feeling, is it just the change or is it really the topic itself? So we have a close look on that, definitely. Yeah.
Douglas, what's your opinion on this?
Well, my opinion is that you should vet your questions with me first before you ask them, Joost, because that was my question. I know that I speak for a lot of Pelican fans when I asked this question. I knew that you would be getting this question a lot, Jana, over the last couple of years. It's been 2022, I think,
Yes.
February when you made the
Yes.
change. Um, but one of the things is practicality. Can't I really love my M800 and that I can see my ink levels. Um, do you have any plans to either switch back to the transparent or eh, to incorporate an ink window in your Suveron line to accommodate those people that really like to see their ink levels in their Suveron?
Um, we always have a lot of ideas, to be honest. But even with these kind of ideas, we have to be very, very sensitive. There are ink windows for the unicolor ones, for the black one, for
Hmm.
example.
Yep.
But we never had that for the striped ones. Exactly,
Hmm.
we have it for the marbled ones. But I'm pretty sure if you would have an ink window for the striped ones, it's another change. So
Hmm.
there will be a lot of emails that will be sent. Yeah, so yes, we think about a lot of maybe ideas. It's really just thinking about the way we can handle that and we can design it. But it's really it's not even a small one. It's small change. It's a
Yeah,
larger one.
that's a
So
big
we
one. Yeah.
really have to be
Yeah.
sensitive. And yeah, it's still in the
You,
process. So I would say
I'm sure that you all knew internally when you made this change that you're going to get a lot of feedback about it.
yes.
Yeah.
So thanks for
And
saying so
you're,
neutral. Yeah, a lot
yeah,
of
yeah, yeah,
feedback. That's what we
yeah.
receive. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
But as I said, there were also people saying, yeah, for me it's fine because with other editions I have it in the same way. But yeah, we really have to be sensitive and hearing what the fans say for about the Sovereign pen and how they like it or if they don't like it. So yeah,
Of course, it's a classic design, so you don't want to change too many things about it because it was good for all those years.
yes, exactly. So it's sometimes it feels that you really put something. If you put something different on the people's passion, you really have to be careful because it's so deep in their hearts that you really have to be careful with all the details, and that's what we want to do. So yeah,
Was
sometimes
the
change
was the was the change of the design also part of the problems that there were with the deliveries of the not the products but of the parts of where the pens are made from? So I know during
no,
COVID there were a lot of issues with the supplies from
yeah,
different spare parts.
that's
Was that also involved in this change of the material?
No, no. So because the thinking about these changes, it's not a decision you take from during the night for the next day.
No, of
It's
course not.
really it's a longer term decision. So no, that was not implemented in this time. But yeah, the time when we struggled with the other parts, that was something different. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm really happy that that's now over,
yeah,
because that year that was horrible. We were just waiting for things, but luckily now everything is back
yes,
on track. We can get
yes.
all everything within a few days again. So we're really happy that all the
That's true.
productions are back on track, and
Yeah,
well, I'm really
COVID
looking
hit
forward
us.
to
Yeah,
a lot of new special editions coming up.
yeah, yeah. We are happy as well. So COVID hit us, and we are happy that we are back on track. That's really true. Yeah.
Yeah. Douglas, do you have another last question, or did I kind of kidnap
Yeah.
your question?
Crashed it.
Um, well, yeah, I got a couple of follow-ups. One is I watched your interview with Joost previously, and you mentioned about the uh, expanding the nib line from the regular EF, F, M, and B to include an italic in an IB, I think. Are they still available? And Yoast, do you carry them?
Yes, we have them.
Yes, it's still available.
Yay! Yes to both
Yes.
questions. Okay, excellent, good. Um, my follow-up question. Since this question was asked, I think in the last two videos, the last two podcasts that I've been part of, let's ask Jana the same question.
Okay.
Pelikan has a Pelicano, which has a triangular grip. What do you think of triangular grips?
Um,
It's really the topic of all your videos,
It's the
Douglas,
topic. Yeah,
like the triangular
triangular.
grips.
So,
yeah.
subtitle. Um, I think that's really interesting for all those people who would love to have something that is giving them a certain position for gripping the pen. So, for pupils, of course, if you learn how to write, that's really important. Sometimes, even it depends on my daily mood. I like to write with this kind of grip section. But I think it depends. It really depends what you like to write with. I don't know so many people. I cannot imagine to have it on a sovereign. If that would be your question, the next
No, no,
question.
no.
Oh, no thanks. No
Section.
thanks.
I think it's really important for all those ones who really are learning how to write. So I think that's really important.
That
And
might
if
be a
you
nice
can,
experiment for a video of mine. I can put a triangular grip on top of my souverain and see what that would be like.
oh
I'm sure
dear,
I'd get a lot of hate mail.
That's like
more
a
emails, more
Frankenstein
emails.
pelican that you
Yeah,
will make there.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I cannot
Um,
imagine that.
no,
I
that would be
can't
really
either.
strange. That would be really
Yeah,
Yeah.
strange.
that's true.
Jana, is there anything else coming up that you want to share with us, maybe?
Not yet. Not yet. I'd
All
love
right.
to,
Of course,
but
we just
not
had this
yet.
release, so I'm
Exactly.
aware that Pelican has this year a little bit of a lesser. How do I say this? Um, they have less special editions this year than they had in the last few years, mainly because Pelican had to build up the quantity of their stock level again of the regular editions. So I'm really happy for that. But of course, I'm also a little bit sad because we have less special editions. But hopefully next year we will see a lot of new special editions again. Is that
Who knows? Who
is that the
knows?
case, or is that still something that you cannot say?
No, it's still something I cannot say. But as you said, we are speeding up again, and I'm also really happy about that. Really, that's it's really great to realize the project and in the pipeline. So as a product manager, of course, that's our daily work, and so we have to put it on the road, and that's what we do right now. Yeah,
Amazing, amazing.
yeah.
All right, Jana, for our next guest, do you have a question where we can start with?
That's pretty tough because there was no preparation when you asked me.
I know.
So just to see my face when I think about that. But my topic is always handwriting, and when I explain why I think that's so fascinating to write with fountain pens, it's always about personal notes. So my question would be for the next guest, whoever it is, what was the most passionate or personal note you have received, which was written by hand? So it maybe can be just, it can be a love letter if it's really huge, or it can be a short note, something that really catches the next guest's heart.
All right, I will write it down. So, what was the most passionate or personal note that you received?
I think it's
Handwritten
close to a
note, of
personal
course.
question, but handwriting is, a personal note is always personal.
It
So
is. It is a really good question. I love it. I love it. It's a really good question. Um, and I think Nino Marino, he will be the next guest. The Italian guy from Majora and Delta. He will have to answer this question. So yeah, I
yeah.
love this question, Jana. Well, talking about this topic, tell us what is your most passionate or personal handwritten note that you ever received?
Now it bounces back to me, right? Yeah, but exactly. If you, the last really personal note I received was a postcard because for years and years, I didn't receive a postcard. And there was a friend of mine saying, I hope I can translate it in English in the right way. It was saying, you are one of the people I would have loved to met earlier. So
Oh wow,
I really loved that postcard.
yeah, that's a
So
really nice saying.
That's
But
yeah,
nice.
you
Very nice.
don't get a lot of postcards anymore.
no, unfortunately not. So
Okay, everybody that's watching this
sometimes
right now,
email.
listening to it, just send postcards to Jana so she will get
Yes,
overwhelmed with all the
yes,
postcards, and
handwritten,
that she will
handwritten.
love
I
that.
love that. Yes.
Douglas, you can prepare this question because I'm going to ask you this question next week too.
Next
So you
week.
can
Yeah.
prepare it. You can prepare
Okay.
it.
I cross my fingers, Doug.
All right, everybody, thank you so much for watching this episode. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you're listening to this podcast on Spotify or Apple Podcasts or whatever, make sure to follow us. Doc, thank you so much for being our co-host again, and I will see you
Thank you.
next week again with Nino Marino from Delta. Jana, thank you so much for being the guest and making this podcast worthy so we can finally talk a little bit about Pelikan and all those amazing new projects that are coming up. Hopefully we see a lot of new amazing special editions that come out of your sleeve, and good luck with the Pelikan hubs.
Oh, yes. Thank you. I hope you're part of the Pelican Hubs as well. It was a real pleasure. Thank you for having me. It was a
Of
real pleasure
course.
to meet you, digital wise, but it was. So thank you very much for your
Thank you,
time.
Jana. It was a pleasure to meet you, and I'll give
Yeah,
you a shout out from our Pelican Hub.
yeah. I'd love to.
I'll get people to write. I'll get everybody to write you a postcard.
Oh, yeah, that would be nice. I'd love that. I love
Yeah,
that
yeah,
idea.
But only
Yeah,
written with the Pelican,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, yeah,
I won't check that, but I guess it's
yeah,
a Pelican.
yeah.
All right, thank you everybody.
Fabulous.
Enjoy
See
your
you next
time.
week. Bye
Bye-bye.
bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.